How do you make a man obsessed with you? You've probably heard the usual advice. Wait a day to text him back, play hard to get, make him feel replaceable. It's like trying to catch a butterfly by just holding out your hand and waiting. Sometimes it flutters near, and sometimes it flies away before you even blink. These tips? They're like quick sparks, bright, flashy, but fading fast. Real attraction, the kind that sticks, is more like a slow-burning fire, built on deep connection and subtle chemistry that can't be rushed or faked. Imagine your relationship like a garden. You can't just throw seeds on the ground and expect a lush bloom overnight. You need to tend to the soil, water it patiently, and let the roots grow strong beneath the surface. That's the kind of lasting attraction we're talking about. Plato once said, "At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet." But to truly inspire that poetry in someone's heart, you have to understand what makes love grow, not just how to catch attention for a moment. I'm Brain from MSP, and I'm here to share something different. 3 psychological secrets grounded in real science and sprinkled with timeless wisdom from thinkers like Carl Jung, Simone de Beauvoir, and Marcus Aurelius. This isn't about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about building a magnetic connection that makes him think about you even when you're miles away. Because honestly, that's the kind of obsession that feels good, deep, respectful, and genuine. Before we dive in, if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. Why? Because these aren't just quick tips you forget 5 minutes later. These are insights that can change how you see yourself and your relationships, bringing you closer to the love you truly deserve. Plus, I drop fresh, empowering content regularly to help you navigate the dating world with confidence and a smile. Here's a little teaser of what's coming up. We'll explore how fear and excitement can actually spark attraction, why positive reinforcement makes him see you as his hero, and how a little mystery, the curiosity gap, keeps him wanting more. Think of it as your secret recipe to create a connection so electric it's impossible to ignore. Now here's a fun little task for you before we jump in. In the comments below, type out your new affirmation, magnetize with mind. Say it loud, say it proud, and show it to the universe, and most importantly, to yourself. Because attracting the right kind of attention starts with believing you're already magnetic. Ready to unlock these hidden tricks and start building a connection that lasts? Let's dive in and make that spark turn into a flame that can't be put out. Number 1, the electric spark of fear. Why thrills bind hearts. Fear. At first glance, it feels like the enemy of attraction, a dark thundercloud you want to run from. But what if I told you fear is more like electricity crackling through a stormy sky? Yes, it's dangerous, unpredictable, maybe even a little scary. Yet, that same electricity lights up the night in brilliant flashes, painting the sky with energy and beauty. That's exactly what happens when fear and attraction collide. An electric spark that connects two people in a way nothing else can. In 2017, scientists dug into this very idea and found something fascinating. When couples share moments of adrenaline, whether it's a haunted house with jump scares, the rush of a roller coaster, or even the butterflies of stepping onto a karaoke stage together, they create a secret bond. Their hearts race in sync, nerves blend with excitement, and suddenly they're teammates facing a thrilling challenge. It's like Plato's ancient wisdom about warriors. When people fight battles side by side, their souls fuse. Shared struggles build trust, closeness, and a unique kind of intimacy that can't be faked or rushed. You might be thinking, wait, why fear? Won't that push him away? Here's the twist. It doesn't. When fear is mixed with safety, like being with you, it becomes a powerful glue. That shared adrenaline rush creates a secret club only the two of you belong to. It's the kind of memory that sneaks into his thoughts when you're not there, making him miss the excitement you bring. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In simple terms, challenges aren't roadblocks. They're the path to something greater. When you invite him into moments that stretch both of you just a little beyond comfort, you're not just making memories, you're forging a connection with voltage. So here's your challenge. Next time you plan a date, don't settle for the usual dinner and movie. Take him on an adventure that makes your hearts race. A hike, a silly game night, or yes, even that terrifying haunted house. Create those electric moments that turn a guy from just interested into completely obsessed. Drop in the comments your own electric moment story or what you're daring yourself to try next. And say it loud with me. Fear fuels fire. Remember, attraction isn't about avoiding discomfort. It's about embracing the spark that lights up your story. Ready for the next secret? We're diving into how to make him feel like a hero. And trust me, you'll want to hear this. Number 2. The magic of positive reinforcement. Make him feel like a hero. Imagine your relationship like a garden where every kind word you say is a drop of sunlight, every smile a gentle rain. This is the magic of positive reinforcement, the simple but powerful idea that good vibes create more good vibes. When you shine light on someone's best qualities, you don't just brighten their day, you nurture a whole beautiful ecosystem of affection and respect. It's not about manipulation, it's about genuinely recognizing the good and watching it grow. Let me tell you a story. There was this guy, let's call him Jake, who was running late for a date by 20 minutes. Usually, being late might have set the mood on fire, but instead, when he arrived worried and apologetic, she played it cool and threw in a little humor. She said, "I know you probably spent that extra time in front of the mirror, making sure you looked perfect for me." Just like that, tension melted away. Suddenly, Jake wasn't the anxious latecomer. He was the charming hero who'd gone the extra mile for a great night. That moment of lightheartedness made him want to try even harder next time. Carl Jung once said, "We cannot change anything unless we accept it." Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. In other words, growth happens when we see the good in others and encourage it. Compliments aren't just words, they're seeds planted in the fertile ground of the heart. Catch him doing something right, whether it's opening the door or remembering your favorite song, and tell him. Watch how that simple act changes his behavior and deepens his feelings. Philosopher Simone de Beauvoir believed freedom is the core of authentic love. When you allow a man to be his best self without chains or judgment, he won't feel trapped. He'll choose to stay with you, not because he has to, but because he wants to. Positive reinforcement is about offering that freedom wrapped in warmth, letting him know his best self is welcome and celebrated. Now, if you're thinking, but what if he's hot and cold? Maybe it's time to look at your boundaries. Sometimes no amount of positivity will stick if he doesn't respect where you stand. Remember, kindness and strength go hand in hand. Being positive isn't a sign of weakness. It's your magnetic superpower. So here's your affirmation. I grow greatness. Write it down, say it out loud, and drop it in the comments. Show the universe you're ready to nurture the love you deserve. Number 3. The curiosity gap, the mystery that makes him chase. Imagine your mind as a detective, always chasing clues, trying to solve puzzles. That's exactly how the brain works when it comes to attraction. The curiosity gap theory tells us that when there's a little mystery, something unknown, it lights up our brains like fireworks. We're wired to chase that spark, to want to unwrap the beautifully wrapped gift that someone becomes. And here's the truth. When you hold back just enough, you become that irresistible mystery he can't stop thinking about. Picture yourself as that gift, wrapped in colorful paper, tied with a ribbon, but with just enough of the box covered in question marks. The more he wonders what's inside, the harder he tries to peek beneath the surface. That curiosity keeps him coming back, eager to learn more, eager to be part of your story. I had a client once who made the classic mistake of being too available. She answered every text instantly, accepted every invitation, and shared every little detail about her day. At first he was intrigued, but soon the mystery faded. It wasn't that she wasn't interesting, she was amazing, but she left no space for wonder. When there's nothing left to discover, fascination fades. Plato said, "We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light." Here, the light is the unknown. What's hidden sparks the imagination, inviting him to explore. Carl Jung echoed this in his idea of shadow work, reminding us that what's hidden in ourselves draws others in, like a magnet pulling iron filings. Mystery isn't about playing games, it's about embracing parts of yourself that only reveal slowly, naturally. You might be thinking, so I just play hard to get? Not quite. It's not about rigid rules or anxious withholding. It's about building a life so full and vibrant that you naturally have things to do and people to see. Your attention isn't just waiting for his text. When your world sparkles with your own joy and purpose, the mystery happens organically. Your task: embrace your own light and shadow. Build a life that excites you and let him catch glimpses of your magic like flashes of lightning in a dark sky. Say it with me now: mystery is magnetic. Write it down, shout it to the universe, and drop it in the comments. You're not just a chapter in his story, you're the book he can't put down. Number 4. Stoic Secrets: How Inner Calm Fuels Outer Attraction. Imagine yourself as a calm lake, deep, steady, and reflecting the sun's warm light without a single ripple disturbing your surface. This image captures the heart of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us to control what we can and let go of what we can't. In the messy world of dating, where uncertainty and mixed signals swirl like stormy weather, cultivating this inner calm isn't just wise, it's magnetic. Stoicism isn't about shutting down your feelings or pretending everything's perfect. It's about recognizing what's within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, and releasing the need to control someone else's behavior or feelings. When you live this way, you become a steady presence, someone who doesn't get tossed around by every unread text or unanswered call. I remember a friend who was dating a guy who was often slow to reply. Instead of spiraling into worry or frustration, she reminded herself, "Is his texting pace something I can control? No, then why waste my peace?" She focused on her day, her passions, and showed up relaxed and confident when they met. The result? He respected her calm energy and found himself drawn to her even more because she wasn't chasing or clinging, she was simply being. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's greatest voices, said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." In other words, focus on your own virtue and character, not on what others are or aren't doing. When you cultivate your inner strength and grace, you don't just attract people, you attract the right people. If you're asking, what if he's not texting back? Does that mean he's not interested? Remember, your calm is your power. Responding with anxiety or desperation only gives away your control. But when you stay grounded and centered, your energy says, I am whole. I am enough. And that, my friend, is irresistible. Here's your affirmation. Calm is my power. Repeat it, write it, and share it in the comments below. Let the universe know you're mastering your energy, and watch how your magnetic calm pulls the right people closer. Number 5. The power of vulnerability, being real without losing your shine. Imagine a diamond, a precious gem that shines brightest, not because it's flawless, but because of the way light catches and reflects through its cracks and edges. That's what vulnerability is in the world of love. It's not about hiding your imperfections or wearing a perfect mask. It's about showing your real self, cracks and all, and letting your true strength sparkle through. When you share a fear or a dream with him, you invite him into a deeper part of your world. That moment of honesty creates a bridge between two souls, a connection that goes beyond surface-level attraction. It's like telling a secret that says, I trust you with my story. And trust, my friend, is the foundation of obsession that lasts. Brené Brown, the queen of vulnerability, reminds us that vulnerability is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, empathy, and creativity. Carl Jung would nod in agreement, seeing vulnerability as a courageous journey into the shadow parts of ourselves, the parts that are real and human. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's raw courage. It's saying, here I am, all of me, even if that feels risky. Now, I know you might be thinking, but won't he run if I'm too real? Here's the hard truth. If he runs from your authenticity, he wasn't the right one to stay anyway. The right man won't be scared off by your light or your shadows. He'll want to stand beside you, cracks and all, because real connection isn't about perfection. It's about being seen and loved for exactly who you are. Authenticity is your superpower. It's the magic that makes you unforgettable because it's genuine. When you stop pretending and start showing up fully, you attract people who value you deeply and endlessly. So here's your affirmation. Vulnerability is strength. Write it down, say it loud, and drop it in the comments. Tell the universe you're ready to shine, cracks and all. Number 6. Playfulness and teasing, the dance that keeps him hooked. Dating isn't just about serious talks and deep connections. It's also about playfulness, that spark of fun and teasing that keeps the energy alive. Think of playfulness like a dance, a graceful back and forth, where laughter meets challenge and chemistry grows with every step. It's not just flirting, it's the secret rhythm that makes him want to keep coming back for more. Imagine this. A couple on a date, the mood feeling a bit stiff and awkward. Then she sends a playful text, maybe a cheeky joke, or a light tease about his choice of dessert. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. Laughter bubbles up, tension melts away, and the whole night feels lighter and more electric. That small moment of fun didn't just break the ice, it built a bridge of connection. Simone de Beauvoir, the French philosopher who knew a thing or two about freedom, said, "Love is an act of freedom and creativity. Playfulness embodies that freedom. When you bring lightheartedness into your relationship, you invite joy and spontaneity, two ingredients that keep love alive and growing. It's a reminder that relationships aren't chains, but dances we choose to join with open hearts and smiles. Now, you might worry, what if he takes my teasing the wrong way? The key here is tuning into his reactions. Playfulness isn't a one-size-fits-all. It's about knowing when to dial up the teasing and when to pull back. If he laughs and matches your energy, keep going. If he seems confused or uncomfortable, switch gears. Being playful is a skill, and like any dance, it requires attention and adjustment. Remember, dating isn't a test or a battle, it's a playground. The more you lean into fun, the more magnetic you become. Fun isn't just an extra, it's the glue that holds attraction together when everything else gets complicated. Here's your affirmation. Play fuels passion. Say it out loud, write it down, and share it in the comments. Show the universe you're ready to dance through love with joy and lightness. Number 7. Respect and boundaries, the foundation of long-term obsession. Imagine your personal boundaries like a garden fence, strong enough to keep out the weeds, but open enough to let the sunshine in. This fence protects your space, your peace, and your energy, so beautiful things like respect, trust, and deep connection can grow without being trampled. Without boundaries, the garden becomes wild and chaotic, and the very things you want to nurture can get lost or damaged. I once knew a woman who loved deeply but had soft, blurry boundaries. She said yes to everything, bent over backward to please, and rarely spoke up for herself. At first, her guy seemed interested, but slowly he started pulling away. Why? Because without clear boundaries, he didn't know where she stood or what she valued. Respect wasn't built, it was taken for granted. She felt confused and hurt, but the truth was clear. Boundaries create respect. Carl Jung, the wise psychologist, spoke of individuation, the process of becoming your whole self. Part of that journey means learning to say no when something doesn't serve you. Saying no isn't rejection. It's an act of self-love and integrity. When you honor your own limits, you show others how to honor you too. Now you might wonder, how do I set boundaries without pushing him away? The answer lies in kindness and clarity. Boundaries don't have to be walls. They can be gentle fences that say, I value myself and I want to be respected. Communicate your needs calmly and confidently and watch how that respect grows. Men are naturally drawn to women who respect themselves because it signals strength, confidence, and emotional maturity. Remember, respect always starts with you. You're not just waiting for him to give it to you, you're creating the conditions for it with your words, actions, and energy. When you protect your garden with healthy boundaries, you invite love that's not just obsessive, but nourishing and lasting. Here's your affirmation. Boundaries build respect. Say it aloud, write it down, and share it in the comments. Tell the universe you're ready to protect your peace and attract love that honors you fully. Number 8. Build your life. First, be the prize, not the chase. Imagine yourself as a glowing flame, not a candle waiting to be lit, but a fire burning bright all on its own. A man doesn't come to light your fire, he comes to feel your warmth. When your life is full of passion, friendships, goals, and joy, you radiate a kind of energy that naturally draws people in. You become the prize, not the one chasing after someone else's attention. Think about the women you admire, those who seem effortlessly magnetic. They're not glued to their phones, anxiously waiting for a text or hanging on every word he says. Instead, they're out living their best lives, pursuing dreams, laughing with friends, and building something meaningful for themselves. And guess what? The right men are naturally attracted to that kind of energy, because confidence born from self-love and purpose is irresistible. Philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Simone de Beauvoir remind us that true freedom and self-sufficiency come from within. Marcus Aurelius taught that external things don't define our happiness, only our inner virtue does. Beauvoir spoke of freedom as the ability to create your own life, not be defined by someone else's presence. When you live this way, your happiness isn't dependent on anyone else. It's your own creation. Here's the secret. When you're busy loving yourself and chasing your own dreams, obsession follows naturally. You don't need to force it or play games. Your energy, your confidence, your full life become a beacon that the right man can't ignore. He wants to be part of your fire, not your match. So here's your final affirmation. I am my own flame. Say it loud, write it down, and share it in the comments. Let the universe know you're ready to shine brightly on your own terms. Remember, your happiness is the foundation of his obsession. When you build a life you love, you don't just attract attention, you attract devotion. Now go out there and be that glowing flame the world can't help but notice. To wrap things up, remember that true obsession isn't about tricks or games. It's about building real magnetic connections rooted in authenticity, confidence, and mutual respect. By embracing fear's spark, reinforcing positivity, keeping a touch of mystery, and nurturing your own life, you become irresistible in the best way possible. If you found these secrets helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and share this video with your girlfriends who deserve to feel this powerful too. Drop your favorite affirmation in the comments. I'm excited to see you shine.